And I'm going to show you guys like a cool technique on her. And we'll place her color, okay, and then we'll do a haircut on her. Alright? So, Legos, right? Just kind of like blocks and panels of color. Color side by side, build in, disconnect in, whatever. It's real simple, but it's actually a cool technique. And you can play with it however you want it. On her, we're just going to do one big triangle. Alright, cool. So this is how the color's going to go. What I mixed up was 2 different bowls. Okay? And you can do 3 if you wanted to. But again, I'm just showing you guys the simple approach to it. I think on the card there's 3 different colors, or 4 different colors. I don't know. I forget, it was a while ago. Okay? But basically you're just taking this triangle, alright? And it can be anything, like a square or whatever. But then too, how I placed her triangle is off-centered. You guys see that? It's not just right in the middle of her head, so if she switches it up, she's getting the same look. But it's more all the way to her right side. So when she wears it this way, it's gonna be popping with color. Okay? But then it's slightly off to the right, so then if she does part it this way, you have this veil here that's gonna cover it up. Okay, does that make sense? Alright, cool. So now what you're gonna do is basically do color just on the flat sides of the triangle and just straight slices. Okay? So slice here, slice, slice. Alright? So Randy, you got that color mixed up?
Yeah, I do.
Alright, cool. Let's get this cracking. Okay?
I'm Randy Madden. How you doing?
Everybody, this is Randy. Say what's up, Randy.
What's up, Randy?
Randy's a rock star. Go ahead. You can just put it down. Come on this side. Okay? So you're going to put a slice of lightener on each flat side of the triangle. Okay? And notice how I applied it. I'm leaving it like an inch or so off the scalp. Okay?
On purpose.
Applying it throughout the ends, and then when I get up towards the root area, I'm just going to softly brush it and infuse it into the root area. So it has a nice soft look to it, and it's not just a hard line there. Okay, and you guys notice I actually left out the hairline. Okay? I left like a ½ inch section out from her hairline. So just in case she wears her hair back, you won't see like a hard line of demarcation of that color. Okay? So that's that flat side. And we'll actually do 2 slices of the lightener. Okay, place that.
What type of lightener do you use?
This is Wellup. This is Wellup. Okay, so you stand away from the root first, or towards the scalp, applying it throughout, and make sure it's nice and saturated. And your slice is not too large. Okay, so you can make sure you have even distribution of the lightener. And then just brushing it up. It can be brushed up like this. That'll be soft, or even this way. But you're making sure you're going in with a vertical brush stroke. Okay? Alright, and then when I'm folding it, I like to shoot halfway when I'm foiling, and then close it the other halfway. And then we'll just lock it in. Okay? Easy, right? Okay, cool. So let me show you guys this. Say you're not working with an assistant and you're doing it yourself. I'll show you guys how I like to do it. So here's the other flat side of the triangle. Okay? I take my weaving comb. Okay? We'll put the weaving comb behind the foil and do a nice fold under. Just like that. Okay? So you can have a lot of control with this foil and you can really shove it in and make sure it's close to the root or towards the scalp. Okay? And I'll show you why that fold under is good. So say you're brushing, right? And this happens too. Sometimes we start working too fast, whatever. Okay, you're doing your color. Alright? And then sometimes our foil just slides down, right? Accidentally. We're like, oh shoot. So if you do that fold under, you can actually go back in with your weaving comb and then push it right back up towards the scalp. Okay? So it's a good technique to keep in mind. And you can just push that right back up to the scalp. And then still shoot halfway, halfway, and then lock it in. Okay, so then this is our second slice of lightener. And then the second bowl of color that I mixed up is a level 7, okay, with 20 volume. Alright, so it's going to give her a nice dimension when she wears it whichever way, where her dark base color to the lightener to the medium tone. Okay? So even if you wanted to do something funky, you can do, you know, lightener first, maybe red or whatever. Okay, so you can switch it up and have fun with it as far as your, you know, your formula goes. Okay, go ahead. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with my second color here. It's a level 7 with 20 volume. So now I'm going to do slices right back to back. Okay, so 2 lighteners, and then now 2 of the medium color. Okay, so put that in there. Okay, and then we'll do pretty much the same thing. Okay, and then what you can do too is after you finish these slices, there might be some hair that's left over from the triangles, like the inside of the triangle. You can either leave that her natural color, or you can do a third color on that. Okay, so it's pretty cool. You can just actually customize this to however you want it to look.
Hey, Brenton, can you show them the difference between a slice and a weave?
Yeah.
Because, you know, some of these guys are students. So you guys want to know the difference between a slice and a weave?
Yes.
I'll show you. Watch, check it out.
So I'm taking sections and I'm just slicing it on each flat side of the triangle. If I'm weaving it, I'll actually weave it like that and take, you know, it'll be a lot softer.
So a slice is a chunk, and obviously the weaving technique makes it a little softer. So we're making a chunk.
Come this way. Yep, good question. Or comment. Okay, any questions? Everybody have a pen and paper? Our salon has like a starting price for everything, but then like I've went up in my price since. I'm not gonna tell you my exact price I charge. Literally, this is how I do it. Okay? Say she comes after I'm done. All right, I have my price in mind what I'm gonna charge her. All right, but if she turns around, she looks in the mirror, and she's like, "Ooh, I love it." Okay? I'll charge an extra $10. If she turns around, looks in the mirror, and says, "Oh my God," turns around, looks at the back, and says, "Oh my God" again, charge her extra $20. Okay? So it's all. I'm just kidding. But your pricing is usually your comfort level and then what you think you're worth. Okay? So if you're always staying educated and you know your stuff, I say don't be scared to charge. Okay? It's all about, you know, valuing yourself. You know, you guys come and you guys paid to come here, right? So if you got clients, I would go back and no problem paying $250 for a haircut. Okay? Cool.
Okay, so this is the finished look.
Yep, so look at this. So look down. When she wears it this way, you see, you get the dimension of all the different colors, the brown and the blonde, and then her natural color. And it's gonna show more this way. But then remember how we placed it, check it out when she wears it the other way.
Wow, it covers.
See?
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.